Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the shapes to shoot. And the keeper read that really well.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
That's a throw. He is through here. He gets big. In he goes again. No, not quite.
He trapped it expertly, Peter, and released it very differently.
Bayer Leverkusen with the corner, they're first. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. Bayer Leverkusen have their second corner now. And he's gone looking for safety. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Olise. And that interception was most necessary. And it's Fernando Torres. Guardiola makes the interception. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's picked his way through. Can he finish? Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Guardiola. That's going to go a long way. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. No goals as yet. He can get that clear. And no, that was never going to make it. That's played into space. He's through here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified.
And a header!
Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
He's got the shot away! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Bayer Leverkusen have their third corner. Keeper's dealt with that. Got a shot away. Oh, smashing header.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Done delicately. He's got tall. Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish. And there's the end of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. And we are up to the break.
Bayer Leverkusen really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells.
Great chance! Messi gets flagged offside. And it's Messi. Neymar, he's found a way through. Oh, that's a fine interception. And it's a goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class. Guadalajara really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Bayer Leverkusen have taken the lead.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worked a treat.
Time and again they are repelled. Oh, played right into his path. Olise! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
Aim forwards. Kimmich cuts out the pass. And that has earned a reprieve. Belts one! Adams is there to clear. Olise. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Quick look, then climbs up big! White gets it away. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Beckenbauer kept his eye on it, and he's there. And he can clear it away. Goalkeeper's ball. deftly away. And through to the goalkeeper. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the message they're sending out now is pretty loud.
And Messi! And that would have been game, set and match.
Messi has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Bayer Leverkusen get their fourth corner. Rodri is there and he can get that clear. Guadalajara are looking to go forward now. He's gone for goal! Loose ball now and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Goal at his mercy and somehow he's missed it.
Darren Fletcher was totally aware of how that chance could have impacted on the game, and that should have gone in.
They're up to 5 corners now. Up he goes! The corner count is rising. That's 6. He'll try to keep this alive.
Bayer Leverkusen clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Kimmich gets across to intercept that. Punched away. And they've got rid.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Torres. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. And he's there to clear it. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Neymar picking up. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Oh, he's been caught napping! Caught offside that time. No, no way through. Now it's Cavani. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Messi. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well timed, excellent interception.
Well, Peter, I think we're in for something rather special here in being able to watch Hristo Stoichkov. When it comes to charisma and spirit, he's not lacking, and he's so sharp, they nicknamed him the Dagger.
Love watching him, he's one pea in a pod, there's only one Hristo Stoichkov.
And he's always got plenty to say.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, this looks sharp. Out to the right. Ljungberg. That's played into space.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Stoichkov. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Well read, and the danger is averted. Stoichkov. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
And he welcomes it in. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Chouameni. Dixon.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Neymar. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, as if we needed reminding, no easy games at this level, and that is proven here. Neither side any further forward from where they were 45 minutes ago, but it is far from lethargic, far from slow, highly engaging, but goalless. Reflections on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Substitution.
And we're underway again. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe, he's shifted, and here's a chance. Neymar, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Musiala, and that has been cut short. No luck with that dink over the top.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
There's the shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. Atletico Mineiro with the corner, they're first. Shoots with a header! No mistake! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So we have our breakthrough.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable. Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
To replace him is number 18, Batistuta.
And it's Messi. Batistuta. Terrific header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Costa Curta can get it clear. And the pass is intercepted. Mbappe. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Messi. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Ljungberg! And that is wildly off target.
Substitution on the field, number 19. Coming on.
So here comes a substitution.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Bayer Leverkusen have now used up all but one of their substitution windows.
Pretty robust defending.
Gently done. Bayer Leverkusen finding their passes. Messi. Nice interception, well timed. That's going to go a long way.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
There will be a throw-in.
Substitution on the field, number 23, Neymar. Coming on to replace him is.
Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense, and that's been intercepted. That's been cut out, well played. Beckenbauer. Well seen, saw that. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moments. Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. And the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Kvaratskhelia with the short one. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Looks for the finish. And that's off target.
Kvaratskhelia knew immediately he didn't catch that to his liking, and his face was a picture of dissatisfaction.
Guti. And he's only too happy to take that back. Deftly away. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, the inclusion of this fella, Mickey van der Ven, is probably an indication that the boss wants to play out from the back. I mean, we all talk about how brilliant his recovery pace is when it comes to defending, but he's actually quite tasty on the ball too, particularly with his long-range passing, and he loves those diagonals at times, and he's one to watch out for.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Otto. Bayer Leverkusen, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Otto cuts it out. Rodri. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Olise. Mendes does well to get it back. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia. Half an hour played now. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Kvaratskhelia. And it's De Bruyne. Kvaratskhelia, a player who needs no introduction. Cavani. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Cavani showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Marquinhos cuts out the pass. Couldn't squeeze it through. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Cavani. Guti. And here's Batistuta. And he's taking no chances there. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Reflections on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Bayer Leverkusen really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Goes down, but nothing given. Now this could... Shapes to shoot! He's scored!
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Bayer Leverkusen are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
It's Drogba! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Drogba controlled that with such ease and really ought to have followed it up with a goal.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's...
Batistuta is on his own. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Gives it back. Kvaratskhelia. Mendes looking to hit the byline here. And the shot! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Wilshere. Van der Ven gets over and intercepts. And it's Drogba. No, that's been intercepted. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Well, that's an excellent interception. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Otto gets a foot in here. Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. And no, that was never going to make it. And it's De Bruyne. Bayer Leverkusen close now to seeing this one through to the end.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Griezmann. Oh, nicely intercepted. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Cavani, can he get it through? And the shot! Goal! Ajax! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Beckenbauer getting this one clear. Roberto Baggio. Looking for the runner.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Cavani.
Bayer Leverkusen are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Roberto Carlos. Messi. Oh, there's a probing ball. Great defending, strong and determined. Ajax upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They wanted...
Harness! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That's a good ball out wide. Cleared away. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Cross from Cafu. Defending of the desperate variety. That's been cut out, well played. And it's been given away. Cavani receives it in a... It's Cavani! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, we were anticipating this. They're very much set up for the counter-attack, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Harness. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Guti. Showing good feet. Harness! Now that's well seen too. Now that looks a decent ball. Beckenbauer calmly anticipates. And the first 45 minutes are up. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Bayer Leverkusen can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Roberto Carlos. Chance for the header! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Really was just waiting to pounce on any slip-up, and he was gifted a chance.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That is good alertness. Time and again they are repelled. Good effort from distance. And that is a routine catch.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Batistuta. Cafu.
Well, this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Hoeneß is offering a wry smile there.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Bayer Leverkusen clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now it's Neymar. He rises! Harmlessly behind.
Bayer Leverkusen certainly look a very capable counter-attacking team. They're direct, they're quick, and to be honest, they're full of belief that it'll pay off.
Number 13, Conte. Coming on the field.
And it's Guti.
Messi.
Oh, nicely intercepted.
Iniesta.
Into the last quarter of an hour.
Sakuta. Substitution in progress.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Iniesta. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, played through for the wide man. Roberto Carlos kept... Oh, that is asking for trouble. Gets his head to it. And the ball's come loose here. They get a throw in.
Substitution for Ajax. Number 24, Cavani. Number 15, Guti. Coming on the field,
5 minutes left on the clock.
Owen. Number 20.
Now it's Roberto Baggio. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Fletcher. And here's Batistuta.
Bayer Leverkusen have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides...